Today we're going to compare the Grillion and Giddy Up. Both are electric grill brushes, and each has its own advantages and disadvantages. So let's see which one deserves a spot on your after grilling time. Let's start with Giddy Up. This is the Giddy Up packaging. It comes in a very minimal cardboard box. Let's go ahead and unbox it. There isn't much inside the box, just the brush head and manual. They also come with a USB-C cable, but I think I lost that. Now let's take a look at the main product. This is the Giddy Up power brush. This is the battery indicator. As you can see, the brush currently has charge. The blue LEDs indicate the remaining battery level. Any LEDs that aren't illuminated simply mean the battery isn't fully charged. One important thing to remember: you should never use any electric grill brush on a hot grill. This applies not only to Giddy Up, but to all electric grill brushes. The brush attachment is mounted very securely. There's also a built-in light. The light button is located here. I'll turn it on now. As you can see, the light is now activated. Giddy Up's light, in my opinion, is not that useful or necessary. I mean, who really cleans their grill at night, am I right? As I mentioned earlier, replacement brush heads are available separately. If the original brush wears out, you can easily purchase a replacement. Now let me show you how the brush comes apart. There's a locking mechanism here. Simply rotate it one way to secure it, and twist it the other way to release it. The lock is now disengaged. I can easily remove the brush assembly. Once you're finished cleaning the grill and the brush becomes dirty, you can remove it and clean it separately without any hassle. Inside the brush assembly, there's a rubber backing that's designed to help maintain brush speed during cleaning. In theory, it's supposed to reduce RPM drop under load. However, based on my previous experience using it, I didn't find that the rubber backing made a significant difference. The brush itself is very well made. There aren't any sharp or rough edges that could hurt your hand. Of course, touching it while it's spinning at high RPM is definitely not recommended. I'll reinstall the brush now, then I'll tighten the locking mechanism. Done. Overall, it's a very simple and easy to use electric grill brush. Let's set it aside for now. Now let's take a look at Grillion. According to the specifications, it spins at roughly double the RPM of the Giddy Up. In other words, it operates at a much higher speed. Grillion also claims to offer better battery life than Giddy Up. In addition, it includes several unique features that Giddy Up doesn't have, such as a built-in water dispenser and 2 speed settings. Before I forget, one thing worth mentioning about Giddy Up is that it's rechargeable as well. It features a USB-C charging port, making it easy to recharge whenever needed. There's also a nice lanyard attached, allowing you to hang it up for storage. Now, back to the Grillion. You'll also find a warning printed on the packaging. Do not use on hot grill. Always keep that in mind when using any electric grill brush. Let me open it up and show you what's inside. This is exactly why I said the Grillion packaging feels more premium. Instead of coming in a simple cardboard box, it arrives inside a hard carrying case. It's a very sturdy storage case, almost like a small briefcase. When you open it, everything is neatly organized inside. I've already used this unit before, but for the purpose of this review, I've placed everything back in its original positions so you can see how it comes packaged. Inside, you'll find a bottle. It's important to note that no liquid is included. You'll need to fill it yourself with a mixture of dishwashing liquid and water. A good ratio would be about 1/3 dishwashing liquid and the remaining 2/3 water. This is the main chain brush. And this is the wire brush. Since I've used it before, you may notice a little bit of rust on the wire brush. Both brush heads are replaceable and can be purchased separately when needed. You'll also find the user manual and a charging cable inside the case. This component here is the soap dispenser bottle. The manual itself is small, but it contains plenty of detailed information. Now, let's take a closer look at the Grillion unit itself. The overall design is somewhat similar to the Giddy Up, although there are quite a few styling differences. Like the Giddy Up, it also includes a lanyard. It also uses a USB-C charging port. The lighting is getting much darker outside now. It looks like a storm may be coming soon. Because of that, I might not be able to complete the full grill cleaning demonstration right away. I may have to finish part of the testing later. However, for now, let's go over the controls. Here's the power button. The display also shows the battery percentage. Right now, the battery level is at 66%. Press it once, and it activates mode 1. Press it again, and it switches to mode 2. Press it a third time, and the unit turns off. Mode 1 is the faster setting. Mode 2 is the slower setting. This button here controls the water dispenser. Once the bottle is attached, pressing this button will dispense water or your soap solution. I'll demonstrate that shortly. One thing I did notice, however, is that Giddy Up's brush attachment system feels slightly more user-friendly. The Grillion attachment mechanism is a little more complicated by comparison. Another thing you'll notice is the splash guard. If you compare them side by side, Grillion's guard is noticeably larger than Giddy Up's. Because of this larger guard, it provides better protection from grease, debris, and splashes while cleaning. Giddy Up only comes with a single chain brush. Grillion, on the other hand, includes 2 brush options: chain brush and wire brush. Because these brushes clean in different ways. Wire brushes have stiff metal bristles that quickly scrape off burnt food and heavy grease. Chain brushes use interlinked metal rings that scrub the surface more gently and are safer for the grill because they don't shed bristles. People use wire brushes for tough cleaning, and chain brushes for regular, safer maintenance. Now let me show you how the attachments work. First, I'll unlock the mechanism. You simply rotate it in this direction, and it comes loose. Then I can lift this section off. If you want, you can also remove this guard and clean it separately. Earlier, I mentioned that Giddy Up's brush assembly is smaller. Now that they're side by side, you can clearly see the difference. Giddy Up has a smaller guard. Grillion has a larger guard. Both guards can be removed and cleaned, but Grillion's design provides more coverage. Now let me show you how to install the Grillion brush assembly. First, you'll attach the base plate. Make sure the alignment points match up correctly so everything sits in the proper position. Next, install the chain brush. It's important to ensure that the brush isn't sitting too high. It should sit flush with the body of the unit. Once it's positioned correctly, install the locking mechanism and tighten it. Now it's completely locked in place. Next, let's attach the water dispenser. First, open the flap, then turn the bottle upside down and attach it like this. There we go. It's installed. Now, when I press the dispenser button, water will come out. As you can see, it's dispensing water exactly as intended. When the brush is spinning, this water, or soap solution, will be spread across the entire cooking surface. Now let's do a quick cleaning test. We'll use Grillion on one side and Giddy Up on the other side. Both units will be using their chain brushes for the initial test. Let's start with Grillion first. Because it has a built-in soap dispenser, I think it may produce slightly better cleaning results. Adding moisture generally makes cleaning easier. You can already see that a significant amount of grime has been removed. This was the previous condition of the grill surface, and now it's noticeably cleaner. The upper layer of residue has already been removed. Now let's switch over to the Giddy Up. Giddy Up doesn't have a built-in soap dispenser. Even so, it's still cleaning fairly well. Both brushes are performing similarly overall. The brush designs themselves are also very similar. The main difference is that Giddy Up only has a single speed mode. However, that speed is still more than adequate for cleaning. It's also successfully removing the top burned-on layer of residue. This is what the surface looks like now. This side was cleaned with Giddy Up, and this side was cleaned with Grillion. At this point, you might be wondering, how do you clean the corners and tight spaces? That's exactly where Grillion's wire brush comes into play. I'm going to remove the chain brush. And install the wire brush. Then I'll use it to clean the corners. I'll also dispense a little more soap solution. And as you can see, it's removing everything quite effectively. This type of deep cleaning isn't really possible with the Giddy Up because it doesn't include a dedicated wire brush attachment. In fact, with the wire brush installed, I can even clean the main surface area effectively. At that point, the chain brush almost becomes unnecessary. The wire brush is especially useful for cleaning corners and other hard-to-reach areas. The soap dispenser is also doing its job. It may not dispense all the time continuously, but when needed, it delivers enough solution to assist with cleaning. Now let me show you a closer comparison. This side was cleaned with the Giddy Up, and this side was cleaned with the Grillion. The Grillion side is almost completely clean. There are a few reasons for that. It has a built-in soap dispenser. It comes with a wire brush attachment. It can reach into corners and tight spaces more effectively. On the other hand, the corners on the Giddy Up side aren't completely clean. It may not be very obvious on camera, but when you're looking at it in person, the difference is quite noticeable. Giddy Up doesn't include a separate wire brush or spike-style brush attachment. Meanwhile, the corners on the Grillion side have been cleaned much more thoroughly. If I were to wipe this area down with a cloth right now, it would be almost completely clean. Both brushes were able to remove the top layer of burnt-on residue. However, when it comes to cleaning the sides, corners, and hard-to-reach areas, Grillion's wire brush provides a clear advantage. At the end of the day, both products do a good job of cleaning a grill. The chain brush on both units removes burnt residue effectively, and both are capable of being electric grill cleaners. If you're looking for something straightforward, simple to operate, and easy to maintain, Giddy Up is still a solid option. However, if you're looking for the most complete cleaning package, Grillion offers several advantages that set it apart. The built-in soap dispenser helps loosen grime during cleaning. The wire brush allows you to clean corners, edges, and hard-to-reach areas that a standard chain brush struggles to reach. The larger splash guard provides better protection while cleaning. The battery percentage display gives more precise information than simple indicator lights, and the hard carrying case makes storage and transportation feel more premium. Based on this test, both products cleaned the main grill surface effectively. But when it came to deep cleaning, corner cleaning, and overall versatility, Grillion came out ahead thanks to its wire brush attachment, soap dispensing system, and additional features. That wraps up our comparison of Grillion versus Giddy Up. Let us know what you think and which one you'd pick in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.